Any redditors here that are Guinness World Record holders? If so, what's the record? Serious. Asterisk asterisk attention. Serious tag notice asterisk 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 jokes, puns, and off-topic comments are not permitted. https://www.reddit.com/r/wiki/index-wiki_rule_6- closing in asterisk any asterisk comment, parent or child. Asterisk parent comments that aren't from the target group will be removed, along with their child replies. Asterisk report comments that violate these rules. Posts that have few relevant answers within the first hour, and posts that are not appropriate for the serious tag will be removed. Consider doing an AMA request instead. Thanks for your cooperation and enjoy the discussion. Asterisk I am a bot, and this action was performed automatically. Please contact the moderators of this subreddit message compose to =r @reddit if you have any questions or concerns. Asterisk. I was very briefly. I was at a beer convention in Dublin, Ireland maybe 7 years ago. They arranged the largest joint beer tasting, sampling 5 different beers from different Irish breweries. They announced we had enough people to make it the largest when we finished the last beer, which was cool. And then a group in China did it a few months later with about 5 as many people. It was nice while it lasted. I think they've beaten the record a few times since then, but when I was working at a local primary school we were part of the first Sign to Sing world record, most people performing sign language in multiple venues. I helped set up the track for the world's largest Scalextric track. It was done as part of a TV program by James May. The track followed the old Brooklyn circuit in the UK for the entire length. Back when I was young, I helped in making the world record for the most people playing Uno together at once. I honestly can't remember what the record was, I was like 7 at the time. WR for largest snowball fight at Michigan Tech University about 10 or so years ago. Gotta love the up in winter. I don't know if it still stands, but I was part of a world record for most people doing a choreographed dance in a single location. It was set in London in 2008. I participated in the event of the most people continuously walking on stilts at the same time in Norway in March 2015. I remember it because it was the same day as the last solar eclipse. Picture for evidence. http://world record breaking most people stilt walking March 2015 https://imager.com/gallery/t5 I was part of the world record for most pirates in one place in Portland in 2007. We lost the record the next year. Sad face tried to get it back in 2010 and failed. Sad face, then the Portland Pirate Festival kind of fell apart and we haven't had it again. I was a part of the biggest ever group air guitar at Groesrock Festival in Belgium a few years ago. I was part of the most people to simultaneously do the Macarena in the 90s. I was involved in the world's largest skinny dip. There were several locations around the US and Canada that all got naked and hopped in their collective bodies of water at the same time. https://pilot.online.com/news/article_E37123eb-4D2b-5621-A7F1-4C7C42.9day.html. The very first picture in the article has me on the left side. I was turned around enjoying the show and have my back to the camera. Lol. I worked with author Brad Meltzer who created a record for the most people decoding a secret message at the same time. I designed and built all the secret decoder coins. I was a part of the world's longest ice cream sundae, 3,656 feet long, in 2016, both by making it and consuming it. I believe it has since been broken, but it was nonetheless a cool experience. Most players in a single fight on a map. EVE Online laughing face. At school a man organized for a big group of students to attempt to break some body beat record of most people body beating each other at the same time. We had to stand in a long row and smack each other in a certain way on the beat of We Will Rock You. We did break the record and as far as I'm aware it still stands. When I was a kid, I took part in the world's largest Schottish https://en.m.wikipedia.org/wiki/Schottish dance. It took place in the streets of my town during dusk, and it all felt magical at the time. I was a part of the world's largest dodgeball game some years back. I think it was broken the following year. I was part of the largest group of people in one place wearing Christmas jumpers. Don't know if this was ever official, but the Reddit Gifts Secret Santa exchange seemed to break records. https://www.redditgifts.com/blog/view/worldrecord/closing square bracket opening parenthesis https://www.redditgifts.com/blog/view/worldrecord/closing parenthesis. I vaguely remember getting notified of some record when participating in those early exchanges. I was part of a world record of most people dressed as St. Patrick in one place in Wicklow, Ireland. Years ago, took my kids to an event that was the world's largest Easter egg hunt. You literally didn't have to hunt for any eggs, you could just stand in one place and fill your basket. I was part of the group that holds the Guinness World Record for the longest Mexican wave, as it's formally called. 27 minutes straight. It was at the Rocket League World Championship in Newark, New Jersey. I was on the board for a food pantry and wanted to get them some publicity and do a food drive. At the time I planned and executed the world's largest nachos at 4,689 pounds, which I did in 2012. I have the record to this day and have the official framed record on the wall of my living room. Haha, containing 765 pounds of nacho chips, 405 pounds of salsa, 323 llbs of tomato, 918 llbs of meat and beans, and more than 2,200 llbs of cheese. The nachos were served in enormous heaped servings to athletes at the University of Kansas Stadium. https://www.guinnessworldrecords.com/world-records/largest-serving-of-nachos. My husband, his sister, my kids, and myself were part of the largest lightsaber battle. One of my best friend's clients held the record for the highest speed in a car in reversed gear in a modified Testarossa or Diablo. Don't know the exact car anymore, but it was a fast retro Italian super sport. I was 15 at the time, so this was several decades ago, but I was one of the ball boys for the longest doubles game of tennis. They played for something like a week. I was just there for the evenings 'cause school. Both of these are probably beaten, but my middle school got 2 records when I was there. Most paper roll flowers made and put on a board, or something like that. As mentioned, this was in middle school, and highest number of attempted bottle flips in an hour, definitely beaten by now. I have the longest recorded time spent in the Fortnite storm, with spending 53 minutes in there. Most couples kissing simultaneously under the mistletoe locally and worldwide. I was a part of the world's longest bicycle parade. My hometown likes bikes, so they decided to do it. The record was broken the next year by my town just having a longer bike parade, and I wasn't in that second one. My college did world's largest water balloon fight a few years in a row. I guess another school would do it every year too and keep beating each other for a few years back to back. Would recommend. Very fun. I am currently part of the largest population our planet has ever had. The largest group of schoolchildren doing the same dance at the same time. I was part of 3, all done on the same day. Largest school trip, most amount of buses for a school trip, which I still think shouldn't have been 2 different records, but oh well, and the largest group of people doing what is called kokappen at the same time. Translated, it would be cookie biting, a traditional Dutch game in which you hang ontbijkoek, think a small square of plain cake without icing you can eat for breakfast, from a string just above the player's mouth. They then have to try to eat the ontbijkoek while only using their face. It was a joint school trip with all the public schools of my province. It's really stupid, but my school organized an event where multiple schools came together to brush their teeth at the same time. And we broke the world record for the most number of people brushing their teeth at the same time. What a drag. It'll definitely be broken now cause it was over a decade ago. I was part of the largest amount of people dancing to Thriller while dressed as zombies. Around 1980, the world's largest lap-sitting circle. I was part of the largest number of kids bouncing a basketball in one room for 5 minutes straight. I was part of the largest group of French horn players to play together. I'm not a horn player, but I could get it to make a passable sound, so I was able to be counted. Largest boat tie-up at Lake Cumberland. Good time to be a young dude drinking, swimming and staring in awe at girls in bikinis way hotter than you'll ever get to know. I'm currently working on the record for lowest whistled note. Haven't gotten there yet, haven't called Guinness, but I'm about 2 notes away. Many of us here have been part of Reddit Secret Santa, where we got the certificate and everything. I think subsequent ones were even bigger and broke the record again for the largest online secret gift-giving campaign. I don't participate anymore because I think it's pretty wasteful to have millions of people shipping crap around the world to each other. Slovene youth has been beating records for the largest street dance of Setvorka to celebrate finishing high school 4 years in a row, except this year, of course. We certainly beat it the year I was there. Former world record holder here. The world record was for most heads shaved in an hour by a teen. It was an event to raise money for a local child with cancer. Story from my record, https://patch.com/wisconsin/greendale/break-record-for-shaved-heads-raised-50k closing parenthesis and current record holder, https://www.guinnessworldrecords.com/world-records/most-heads-shaved-in-and-hour-team closing parenthesis. I think it's been beaten since, but when I was in middle school, I went to nationals for math counts and we set a world record for fastest time to form the first 20 rows of Pascal's triangle. I think it took us about 6 minutes to line everyone up in a triangle with our number cards. A friend sailed, or used a boat in some way, on the highest lake in the world. Ice cream licking, https://www.guinnessworldrecords.com/world-records/longest-chain-of-people-licking-ice-cream closing parenthesis. Largest collection of people dressed in cosplay at Comic-Con. I was part of the biggest gathering of Easter witches one year. We lost the record the following year. Member of the largest tuba Christmas event. When I was a teenager I was part of the world record for most bikes stamped with the owner's postcodes. More recently I was part of the longest conga line wearing Wellington boots and fake mustaches. Fastest time to sort 50 and 100 coins. Not on the website yet, but I did it. I was a part of the record for the most viewers of a quiz YouTube live stream a few months ago. A coworker of mine held, maybe still holds, the Guinness World Record for longest distance moonwalked. I think this record is still unbroken. When I was in Primarty for World Book Day my school broke the record for the most people reading at the same time. I attended a special performance of Phantom of the Opera in Las Vegas. We were all given phantom masks to put on. Guinness was there to confirm and record the record for most phantoms in the same place. I held Denny's restaurant record for most pancakes eaten, 21. Well, 20. I stuffed the last one in my shoe. Vomited pancake batter for about 2 hours after. I was part of the then largest gathering of people playing the ukulele in Sweden in 2011. 1547 people participated and played the same song. I think we managed to hold it for a year until they beat it in Japan. The church that I am affiliated with has organized an annual city-wide food collection drive for the city's interfaith food bank for the past 15+ years. This year some thought that the total donations would be less than normal because of the hard times. When it was tallied, it turns out the total donations was not only a record for our event in our city, but also a record for all events of its type worldwide, I suppose because of the hard times. It wasn't an official Guinness World Record because it wasn't registered as a record attempt beforehand. In college, my fraternity hosted an event to set the world record for longest time hugging a tree, and our brother did break the record at something like 9 hours. I participated in the world's biggest human mattress domino. Buddy of mine worked for the company and asked if I wanted to tag along. Drove with him to Maryland and got smacked in the face with a mattress and fell down. Not much else to the story. Dunno if it's still in place, but 2000 and something I was in Nottingham for most people dressed as zombies doing the Thriller dance. I imagine it's been broken by now. Edit 2008 1227 people. I'm in the list of people who watched the pitch drop experiment in 2014, when the 9th drop dropped at the Queensland University Smile. I was part of the largest ever toast at a single venue, at Fenway Park's 100th anniversary, 2012. We all got a can of sparkling grape juice under our seats. I recall the Sox getting absolutely dicked on by the Yankees that game. My father was on the team that found the highest known prime number back in the early 90s. He has the certificate from Guinness hanging on his wall. It was broken a few months later, of course, but as a child at the time I thought it was the coolest thing ever. I've gotta submit it, but the record for the most goals scored in a team of 2 in Rocket League. Aren't Guinness World Records basically just staged achievements? You call them up, say you're doing this wacky thing, and then they measure and confirm it and give you a plaque. Most replies made to a thread about Guinness World Record holders. Here you go. That'll be $2,000, please. I have a WR on a level of a game I won't reveal. I also have a few videos saved of faster times with different strategies, so if somebody manages to beat my time I can just upload the new time right away. No point in revealing faster strategies if nobody can beat my slower times winking face. Briefly, I was part of a group that got the record for most people dressed like cows in one place. Chick-fil-A sponsored the event. It since has been broken, but I got a free sandwich out of it. Guinness World Records are fairly pay to win. I hosted a world record event and have the certificate on my wall, about 500 people doing a certain activity. A couple of years later we were beaten by a group that had 501 people attend. I swear they only got it because they paid the $10K fee to fly someone out from Guinness to host the event. My freshman year at college we broke the record for the largest amount of people dressed in penguin suits at over 900, I don't remember the exact amount. It was our school's mascot, so it was fitting. My grandfather actually holds the world record for biggest bottle opener collection at 33,492 different ones. Thanks for watching. See you later.